Hello students, welcome to my online lecture session of subject .NET Programming. Today we will continue our unit number 3, which is additional controls and menu of Windows. Today's topic is scroll bar and timer control. Objective: in this video lecture we will cover first control scroll bar with its property, method, event and example. Then we will discuss timer control with its properties, method, event and one example. Now start our session with first control scroll bar. Scroll bar allows user to move across the portion of the control which is not displayed in the current context. There are two types of scroll bar: horizontal scroll bar, which is H scroll bar, and vertical scroll bar, which is a V scroll bar. H scroll bar allows user to scroll horizontally, means from left to right or right to left. And vertical scroll bar same allows user to vertically from top to bottom or bottom to top direction. Now properties of scroll bar. First property is name, which is used to get or set the name of scroll bar control. Then second property is minimum. It set the minimum value that can be selected using scroll bar control. Maximum. It set the maximum value that can be selected using scroll bar control. Next property is value. Value property is used to get or set current value which is selected by scroll bar control. Then small change. When a user click on left or right side of arrow of the scroll bar control, then scroll bar control moves in small amount, which is called small change. And second property is large change. Means whenever we click in between indicator of both horizontal or vertical scroll bar, then it is called large change. Then enable, as usual, whenever enable property is false, then user cannot interact with it, and enable is true, then user can use with the control. And last property is visible. It is used for visibility purpose. Now next, methods of scroll bar. First method is show. This method shows scroll bar control at runtime. Then hide. It hides scroll bar control at runtime. And focus method set input focus on scroll bar control. Now events of scroll bar. There are generally two events which is used with scroll bar control. First is scroll event, which is a default event, and it occurs when user click on arrows of scroll bar, click on any portion of scroll bar, or press arrow key. And second event is value change. That means whenever the value of scroll bar is changed, this event is occur. Means suppose a user click on arrows of scroll bar and value may be changed. Then click on any portion of scroll bar. Then it also change the value of a scroll bar, or press arrow key. Now, first of all, we switch over to the application, means practical of scroll bar control. I open one application which is a Windows application 1. Open one form which is already created, which is a form 1. In this form, first of all, we placed H scroll bar from the toolbox. Here, H scroll bar. So, put up the scroll bar and then V scroll bar, vertical scroll bar. Now, first of all, discuss the property of both the scroll bar. First of all, select H scroll bar 1. Edge scroll bar name property is edge scroll bar 1. Then minimum value, here I set the minimum value to 0 and the maximum value set the 1000 value instead of 100. Then minimum, maximum, small change, yes, small change. Here small change is with default value is 1. Instead of 1 I put 10. So it is incremented by 10, 20, 30. Whenever we click on arrows of a scroll bar, horizontal scroll bar. And the second property is large change. Here I write 100. Means whenever we indicate, we click on a indicator of horizontal scroll bar, then it scroll uh, every time 100. So first of all 100, then 200, then 300, up to 1000. Now here vertical scroll bar, same name is v scroll bar 1. Then minimum value set to 0, maximum set to 1000. Then small change 10 and large change 100. Now after setting both the values of scroll bar control, I put one button and just write text property to click and change the name of button to btn click. Okay, now click on the click button. Here control name is button, event is click. In this I write one statement. For example, I write message box edge scroll bar 1 dot value. Now this statement display the current value of horizontal scroll bar 1. So first of all run the application form 1. Here horizontal scroll bar, whenever we click on small arrow of both sides, then it increments by every time 10, 10, 10. Okay, left or right, both side. And whenever we click on click button, then it display the current value of horizontal scroll bar in message box. So here the value of horizontal scroll bar means the movement of horizontal scroll bar is 140. Now second thing, whenever we click on this arrow, it display, it increments the value of edge scroll bar by 10 means small change. And whenever we click on indicator of horizontal scroll bar, then it change change the value of horizontal scroll bar with the large change means 100 every time 100 movies occur. Same here for vertical scroll bar, whenever we click on small arrow then small change property is used, and whenever we click on indicator of vertical scroll bar then large change value is used means 100. Now here I write if one if statement code, if I scroll bar 1 dot value greater than v scroll bar 1 dot value, then here write else. Okay, now here suppose the horizontal scroll bar value is greater than vertical scroll bar, then I write one message box then message box, horizontal scroll bar is maximum. Scroll bar is max. Now here, suppose vertical scroll bar is vertical scroll bar has maximum value, then horizontal scroll bar, then write the message MSG box, vertical scroll bar is max. Okay, so whenever the value of horizontal scroll bar is greater than vertical scroll bar, then message is printed like this: horizontal scroll bar is max, means horizontal scroll bar has maximum value than vertical scroll bar. And whenever vertical scroll bar has maximum value greater than the horizontal scroll bar, that means else statement is executed. Now run the code. First of all, I change the value of horizontal scroll bar here and vertical scroll bar here. Now click on the click button. So this first statement executed means print the value of horizontal scroll bar, which is a 490. Now if else statement is executed, here we can see that horizontal scroll bar is travel more distance than vertical scroll bar. So my code is executed right between the if and else part. Now suppose I change the value like this, means here vertical scroll bar has greater than value than the horizontal scroll bar. So horizontal scroll bar has value 490 and here else part is executed, which is a vertical scroll bar is max. Now close the application, close the form and switch over to the PPT. Second control is timer control. Timer control allows user to set a time interval to execute an event continuously. Means whenever we want to execute some event continuous time after particular time interval, then the timer control is used. Timer control is invisible to user at runtime, and whenever we add in the form, then it plays at the bottom of the page. Properties of timer control is first property name. It get or set the name of timer control. Second is enable. Timer control is work with the timer control is work with the form whenever enable property is true, and whenever enable property is set to false, then it does not work. And most important property is interval, means it is set the time in millisecond at which to raise tick event. Now methods of timer control. First method is start, which is used to start the timer control, and the second method is stop, which is used to stop the timer control. Now events of timer control is only one event, which is a tick event. It occurs continuously after the time which is specified in the interval property of the timer control. Means it is continuous executed the tick event after some times elapsed. Now switch over to the practical of timer. Now in Windows application 1, create one form. Its name is form 2. Now in this form, first of all, put up timer control from the toolbox. Timer. So here timer control is placed at the bottom of the form. Now the properties of timer control, which is name, it's get or set the name of timer control. Then enable property, which is here false value, and interval is set to 1000. It's this time is display in millisecond. Now here I create one uh, form which includes current, hours, minutes, and uh, seconds. For that, I put up three labels: label 1, 2, and 3. And this label is placed like this. Write text in label 1, hours. Then in second label, write minutes. In third label, write seconds. Now, below these three labels, put again labels. This label show the current hours. Now, second label, which this label shows current minutes, and third label shows current seconds. Now, set the properties of labels. So, first of all, create the text property and write here its name, which is LPL hours. Now in second label, write LPL minutes and its text property blank. Now in third label, first of all clear the text property and change the name of its to LBL seconds. Now put two buttons, first and second. This set the text property of button control to start, means it start the my watch, and second stop. Now change the name property button 1 to btn start and btn stop. Now let's start the coding. Whenever we click on this start button, then in this code btn start is my button control and the click is a event. When we click on the start button, my timer must be start. So here I write timer 1 dot start. Start is a method. Now second, whenever we click on the stop, my timer control must be stop. Timer 1 dot stop. We can also use timers enable property to true and here false instead of this method. Now coding. First of all, click on the timers, the timer ones. So default event is a tick event. It is executed when 1000 means the timer's interval is elapsed. So here, first of all, I write the code. Means I want to display current hours, current minutes, and second in our labels. So here I write the code lbl hours dot text equal to now dot hours. Second, lbl minutes dot text is equal to now dot minutes. In third label, lbl seconds dot text is equal to now dot second. My code is ready. Now change the form, running form by properties of window application, startup form set to form 2 and then just run the application. I click on start button, then this label display current system time in hours, minutes and seconds. and stop button. Stop the timer. So code is not executed. Again click on start. So current seconds, it continues from the current seconds. Now stop and close the form. Now switch over to our PPT. I hope you enjoy this video lecture session. Thank you.